Hi everyone. Franchise business model. That means you already know these things. The famous franchise business models, like in the world, are very famous in the fast food franchises. But mainly, not only fast food franchises, there are hotel franchises, there are gym franchises, there are smoothies franchises, there are real estate. So many. There are franchise business models. Mean like any organization who actually establish. In another country through an agent. For example, these are some kind of like a multinational organizations. They actually operate through some agents. So franchise business model is very convenient and very famous these days because the business failure rate is very low because these organizations are multinationals, so backed by multinationals, and they operate through their agents in Sri Lanka. For example, this McDonald's in Sri Lanka is actually operate through the Abans group, like that. KFC operate through the Cargill's group, and the Burger King actually operate through the Softlogic group. Like that, business organizations are there. They operate through different agents. These organizations today, I'm going to teach you what are the main features of franchise business and what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of franchise groups. Right. So mainly, if you go to the advantage of franchises and disadvantage of franchises, before that, franchise, the definition we should know. What is the definition of franchise? A structure in which a business franchisor allows another operator to trade under their name. It's a structure in which business, the franchisor, allows another operator, we call the franchisee, to trade under their name. So there are two parties are there here, franchisor and franchisee. Franchisor is the one who actually owns the business, the headquarters, the origin of the business, and franchisee is the one who, the third party who actually gave the license to operate under franchisor. So like that. So if you take the McDonald's in the USA, so McDonald's is a franchisor. Franchisee is Sri Lankan Abans Group. Like that, this is the agreement. So one approach of running a business to buy a franchise. This might suit someone who wants to run a business but does not have their own business idea. Owners of franchises are called franchisors and then have developed a successful business and are prepared to allow others, the franchisees. They trade under their business name. Franchisees pay fee for the franchisor, right? So they have to pay, for example, Barnes, they have to pay a fee for the McDonald's. This is called royalty fee. Royalty fee because they are operating someone else's business under their business name. So you have to pay some kind of we call payment. This is called royalty payment. You have to pay because they are right, because you are selling someone's recipes under their business name. Okay, so example of some international franchises are McDonald's, Subway, Avis, and a car rental service. So what does the franchisor offer to the franchisee? So not only you can see these are their list of items they're provided by the franchisor to the franchisee. In return, you have to pay money for the franchisor. So franchisor will provide the license. First of all, the license to trade under the recognized brand name to the franchisor, right? And they are giving a startup package including the help, advice, essential equipment, usually including the branding materials, everything they are providing. Their logo, everything like this, the McDonald's restaurants, or everything, including the clown, including the bench, including their computer technology, softwares, employee uniforms, everything they are giving, because every restaurant should be looks like same. Standardization must be there, and also recipe also. And third one, they are giving a training on the employees on how to run the business and operate the system used by the franchise. So employee training provided. Number 4, they are providing materials, equipment, and support services that are needed to run the business. They provided materials, equipment, support services. Also, like example, the Pizza Hut, they are providing relevant materials, the ketchups, everything, the relevant materials, everything they are giving. So business organizations normally this operating under their business name, they are had to pay some kind of a money also to the organizations. So this franchisor and franchisee, this is a license. They are operating under license. That's why. So anyone can't, for example, because if you receive the license from the franchisor, you are the sole agent in that territory to operate. So they are giving a ready-made market, ready-made business name, right? Reputed business name they're giving, right? And also providing exclusive geographical area. exclusive geographical area into which operates. This means that the business will not face competition from the other franchisees in same franchise groups. Right. So, and also they're providing marketing support also, the marketing support, because every organization providing marketing advantage like advertising, worldwide marketing. We start a KFC today. KFC is a well-reputed organization all over the world. So that marketing advantage is there. In return, because always the franchisor, franchisee, there's a relationship. Franchisee has to pay a one-off startup fee. Package is ranging from 50,000 US dollars to millions of US dollars. One-off startup fee, ongoing fee, usually based on sales, right? That's called the royalty. Contribution to marketing cost. The marketing budget, you have to give some contribution. Also, they're providing franchises may make profit terms on materials, equipment, and merchandise supplies to franchisees. So you have to pay these things: startup fee, ongoing fee, contribution of marketing costs, and franchisor may make a profit on some materials that you have to purchase them from. For example, if you buy ketchups for the Pizza Hut, you have to purchase it from the them like that. So this is the main format of the business. You can see this is they are talking. That's why after multinational, I took this topic in order to discuss, because this is a part of a multinational, but this is actually the multinationals mean they come and they operate. For example, Nestle. Nestle, they have a Nestle Sri Lankan chapter is there. So they operate by the Swiss company, right? 90% of the business owned by the sister. But Pizza Hut, right, and the McDonald's, KFC, these organizations, they are giving to a Sri Lankan agent to operate. That's why it's a franchise business model. Okay, here we go. The advantage and disadvantage, the advantage, disadvantage franchise business model. We're talking about the advantage and disadvantages to the franchisee. Franchisee is the person who purchased the franchise license to operate under the business name. So first advantage is less risk, low risk of business failure, because the business is already tried and tested idea. That's the first advantage. Secondly, the backup support is given. Backup support is given, right? So always they're providing the technical know-how, backup support. Third one, setup costs are predictable. Setup costs are predictable. So, and also national marketing may be not only national, sometimes international. National, international marketing may be organized. However, franchisee has certain disadvantages. Profit is shared with the franchisor. You have to share the profit with the franchisor, like royalty payments, right? Every, for example, 10% margin always on the sales. If you earn, let's say 100 lakhs of sales, 10 million, you have to give about 1 million, but 10 lakhs you have to give about around 10 million you have to give to the franchisor percentage. The strict contracts has to be signed. So you have to sign strict contractual regulation, because you can't sell other things other than the prescribed materials. For example, this is in the standard will go down, right? For example, Sri Lankan foods cannot be sold in international restaurant like KFC, McDonald's. You have to sell the McDonald's, Mac rice, Mac burgers, everything. So other than that, you can't sell other recipes, because like that, there are restrictions, there are strict contracts. Therefore, you can't use your creativity, right? As a businessman, if you take a franchise license, you have to sell according to their recipes and their menus only, their prices only. So you can't take any decisions, because that's the standardization. Third one, lack of independence. Strict operating rules apply. Strict operating rules, because they know this from the experience. If you don't have a strict operating rules, they can do anything which tarnish their reputation. And finally, expensive way to start a business. If you start a small business, small restaurant, your business will be like it's not that much expensive. You can target your budget, everything. You can start with about 2 million, 3 million, or 4 million. But franchise business model, if you're starting a franchise model, if you start, if you apply for a franchise license, you're starting from the, say, 50,000 US dollars, which means like millions of money you have to spend, not like a small restaurant, because it's a big restaurant chain. You're purchasing a big brand name, franchise agreement. So you have to provide everything, and it's very expensive method of starting a business. Sometimes the franchisees not get that much profit margin also, because you have to pay everything, royalty, and everything. You have to provide the facilities, because you're taking business risk, economic risk, country risk, everything. So then sometimes you might not generate enough profit as well. On the other hand, the advantages and disadvantages of the franchisor, you should know what are the good and bad of the franchisor point of view. If it's McDonald's USA, right? These are the advantages. It's a fast method of growth. They can quickly grow the restaurant chain. They have thousands and thousands. For example, McDonald's USA, they have like a thousands of 12,000 restaurants are there all around the world. So like that, cheaper method of business growth. It's a very cheap method of business growth. And also because you don't need to invest money, because there are certain investors are there in every country who wish to actually operate that business. So therefore it's a cheaper method. You don't need to invest money. There are investors. And franchises take some of the risk. Yeah, so it's not, you don't need to get, you can get rid of the risk of the country, economic risk, country risk, geographic risk, global risk, everything. So franchises again share the risk with the franchisee. And franchisees are more motivated than the employees. So if you have employees, sometimes your employees sometimes not motivated, but franchisees employees, you can see by giving them this administration, everything, who done this, franchisees are doing it. Therefore, as a franchisor, they can get rid of some kind of administration cost because franchisees are more motivated than the employees. Right. And then you can see the disadvantage of the franchisor. However, there are disadvantages as well. The potential profit is shared with the franchisee. Potential profit is shared with the franchisee. Poor franchises may damage the brand's reputation. Right? If you remember, there are certain cases happen in Sri Lanka also. For example, we found worms in the KFC chicken like that. So in that case, sometimes one poor franchisee, one branch with poor standards, which what happened, then the information gone viral, and then they have a bad reputation for about a couple of years. A lot of people actually then stop going that restaurant, and then they go to elsewhere. So this is not only the first situation. There are so many instances happen like that. That's why they have need a huge regulation, control, internal control, quality control things, because one incident is enough to tarnish the reputation of the entire brand. There are so many cases happen in those fast food franchises. So as a result of that, you can see poor franchises may damage their brand reputation. That's a risk. And third, the disadvantage is franchises may get merchandise from elsewhere. That's another risk, because imagine, let's say, imagine if the fast food franchise, there is a rule, okay, you have to purchase everything from us, you have to import everything from USA. But without doing that, sometimes they might 50% of the franchise, the supply they might import, and remaining 50% sometimes they can merchandise from elsewhere. From like local they can supply, like locally ketchup they can use without using international ketchups. Like that, so there is a risk that franchisee, in order to reduce their costs, they can do this kind of a manipulations. And also finally, cost of support for franchise may be high, because you have to provide everything, technical know-how, employee training, software developments, and everything. So everything will be expensive for the franchisor's point of view. These are the main good and bad. If this kind of a question, why they have so much of list, then you can see 6-mark question can expect, 9-mark questions can expect, 12-mark questions also can be expect from this kind of a business. Right. So this is the franchise business model, the summary. You can see the advantages and disadvantages of the franchise business model. If we go back to our handout, you can see the same thing is there, divided. So franchise, you can see like be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Learn from the success and failure of others. So franchise definition, you can write down the definition of the franchise business, the business model where the business operate under certain name. You can see the business, the proper definition. You can see textbook definition of franchise, a structure in which a business, right, allow another operator to trade under their name. The business structure where franchisor allow franchisee to operate under their name, trade name, right? So that's the definition. So normally franchise, what you need to know, the functionality of the franchise business model. So they are giving the company business model, name, trademark, products, logos, everything they are giving, and they're providing access to franchise business model, marketing material, product, equipment, recipes, everything. So first advantage, the financial benefits, you can see the franchisor point of view, easy method of business growth, cheaper method of business growth, financial benefit, operational benefits, strategic benefit, administrative benefits are there. As well as there are disadvantages, considerable capital allocation, and the beginning of the franchise program, there's a broader risk of the trade name can be spoiled by the misfits. And there's a risk that the franchisee exercise undue pressure over the franchisor in order to implement new policies and procedures. And also, the franchisor has to disclose confidential information, franchisee, and this may be constitute a risk to the business, which means franchisor can risk of leaking secret recipe, right? Like there are so many workers are there, so they know how to make the pizza, how to make the KFC burger, how to make the KFC McDonald's burgers, everything. So they know how to prepare these things, and they can leak these secret recipes in the market. So there's a risk. And advantage side to the franchisee point of view, you can avoid the unnecessary trial and error period. You start up, it's a ready-made business you are buying, right? Lower financial risk. Business format, complete packages they are giving, like a turnkey unit, right? Managing a small business, like normally franchisee company have a bigger organization, they give backup support, right? So these are the main advantage. You can see same thing I have repeated there in the thing. Disadvantage also there, right? So these are the main franchise business model, like you can see multinational companies, and then the franchise business model. So these are the things, summary of the lessons, what they're providing: startup package, license, material, marketing, geographical area. However, you have to pay these fees in return to the franchisor: one-off startup cost, ongoing fee, marketing contribution, and like a merchandising supply materials you have to pay, right? So normally, what franchise payments should expect to pay? Like usually in initial franchisee fee for the trademark and everything, you have to, in order to get the application and application processing, everything is ranging from $10,000 to $100,000. Legal administration fees are there, and then you have to pay for your like a property, liability, casualty, insurance, everything. Employee salaries you have to pay. You are a franchisee. You have to pay for the building, outfitting, building rents, everything. You have to pay money. And also security deposit, buildings, rents, equipment, software upgrades, royalty. What is a royalty? Royalties are paid on a regular basis, usually monthly, to the franchisor by the franchisee. The fee constitutes anywhere from the 4% to 8% from the total sales. So I need to pay for the advertising contribution as well. So these are the top 100 global franchises. I took like a 10 out of that. You can see McDonald's. This is actually 2019 world rankings of the top 100 global franchises. McDonald's, US based. Actually, all out of top 100, you can see most of the companies owned by US origin. All fast food franchise, chicken franchise, fast food franchise, sandwich, beagle, convenience foods, car rental, pizza, hotel. You can see McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, Subway, 7-Eleven, Hertz, Pizza Hut, Marriott Hotels, Wyndham Hotels, Hilton Hotels. So last 3 hotels also owned by, everything owned by US companies. So this is also part of a multinational model, like business you can access to any country by famous business model. And in those countries, there are specific investors are there looking forward to take their business model. Right. Now I'm going to actually discuss some past paper questions based on franchises. In 2016 O-level, right, Hotel Trafalgar, this is a case study, Hotel Trafalgar. Trafalgar is a famous company, hotel franchise business model. So James has been a franchisee for the past 10 years in the Hotel Trafalgar. Discuss two advantages of being a franchisor. So being a franchisee is a fast method and cheaper method of business growth, right? You can easily expand your business model into any country by using the franchise license. So discussion question, that's why two advantage. First advantage, that's why it's a fast and easy method of business growth, and it's cheaper. And also second advantage, you can see you can share the responsibility, the burden, and the risk of operating the business with the franchisee. Sharing risk with the franchisee. Sometimes franchises are more efficient than the franchise's own employees. These are the advantages. You can explain with the hotel case study, because since a hotel case study, you can mainly talk about the advantage with related to hotel field. Therefore, it's easy and fast method of expanding the hotel chain. And moreover, the hotel chain will be, that's why the franchise will be more motivated and more efficient than the own people. And also they might take the risk of business failure, country risk, everything they might take. And same paper, they ask another question, discuss two disadvantages of being a franchisee. So first question they're asking franchisor point of view. This case they're asking disadvantage of being a franchisee. If you being a franchisee, if you buy a hotel franchise name, sometime there is a huge, you have to pay royalty fees. From whatever sales you earn, you have to pay about 10% of the royalty fees to the franchisor. As a result of that, hotel will be lower in their financial income as a result of that, because 10% is a big amount, right, from the profits and the sales. So they are using that amount of money from the business. And also strict rules and regulations, you can say. Always franchises like to put strict rules and regulation on the franchisee. Therefore, you have to adhere, you have to comply with the strict rules and regulations when you are doing the business organization. So as a result of that, you cannot execute your new ideas, innovative ideas, creative ideas you cannot implement, because you have to adhere to comply with the strict rules and regulations. Right. Okay, look at this case study here. So I've taken this question from the chapter review of this book. You can see the case study material, features of franchise model, and then talk about the social enterprise also are going to coming up. So I took this case study from the here from the textbook. You can see chapter review case study Husse. Right. Okay. Leon, can you read the case study, please?
Husse, Husse, pronounced Husse, is a Swedish franchising operation established in 1987. It delivers pet products to customers in over 50 countries around the world. Husse has around 1,000 franchises, delivering a range of luxury pet products, luxury pet food products, accessories, health and cleanliness products for cats and dogs, and care products for horses. It can cost franchises up to £13,900 to obtain a Husse franchise in the UK. Some of the benefits provided by the Husse franchisor for the £13,900 premium package include a stock of dry food worth £2,000 for resale, additional materials worth £2,000, including items such as a Husse tent, signs for a van, catalogs, 2-day in-house training, social media setup and uniforms, exclusive territory with 55,000 households, regular money for marketing in the first 6 months, support including a range of advisory services and development manager, free training, workshops and seminars, and operational manual. Husse UK is an associate member of BFA, British Franchise Association.
Okay, thank you. Very good. So this was a organization, you can see it's a luxury pet food manufacturer and supplier, luxury range of pet food products, accessories, health and cleanliness products for cats and dogs. This is the business model. So if you wish to actually start this business, you can actually ask from them, and then you can apply from the Husse International, and then they will provide this package for you. They are providing this benefit provided to the Husse franchisor for 13,900, like a premium package. So 13,900 you have to invest in this case. So it costs franchises up to this amount. And if you provide this money, and then they will grant you all these facilities for you. They will give you stock of dry food worth £2,000 and for resale, and they are giving additional materials worth another £2,000, including the items such as there are tents and van, sign for a van. We must have a van first of all, and then they will give you this van sign, stickers, everything, catalogs, and they are giving 2-day in-house training. You have to go for a training course for 2 days, and then they tell you how to sell everything. So they teach you how to do business. So it's like you are purchasing a business model. They teach you how to do business. That's why training courses are there. And social media set also, like then giving territory, social media profile, everything, how you increase your sales, exclusive territory with 55,000 household at least. They're giving at least a good market, right? And regular money for marketing. For first 6 months, they're giving like a marketing support also, and also giving range of advisory services and also free training, workshops, seminar, operation manual, everything. It's a nice business model. They're asking a few questions out of this. They're asking what is meant by the term entrepreneur, what is meant by the term franchisor, what are the 4 roles of entrepreneur. They're asking DO, right? And franchises are like to have unlimited liability. What is meant by unlimited liability? Franchises also have unlimited liability. Assess the advantages to a franchisee of taking out Husse franchise. So it's a 12-mark question. I say evaluate the advantage to a franchisee of taking out a Husse franchise. So let's see the answer for this question. So, an entrepreneur definition, first of all. What is meant by the term entrepreneur? Entrepreneurs are the business owners, right? Without these people, the business would not exist in the private sector. They come up with the business idea, invest their own money and get a business started. Second question, they're asking what is meant by the term franchise. So in franchising operation, the franchisor is the owner of the business, owner of the franchise. The franchisor receive money when they allow others to take out a franchise and trade under their name, right? Trade under their name. So what is meant by franchise? The owner of the business organization, owner of the franchise business model, and they're providing franchisees, and they're selling the business model to the franchisees under their business name for money. For all DO, decision making, innovating, organizing, and risk taking, these things are there. DO things are there, right? And franchises are likely to have unlimited liability. What is meant by unlimited liability? Side. This case we discuss normally, like in chapter 3, we discuss everything: limited liability, unlimited liability. Unlimited liability. Okay, this definition. Shiven, can you read the answer, Shiven?
What is meant by unlimited liability? Many small business owners, such as sole traders and franchisees, have unlimited liability. This is very important because it says something about the risk they take. It means that if the business collapses, the franchisee is liable for all the business debts. The franchisee can be forced to meet these debts from personal wealth. It means that a person can actually lose more than what was originally invested in the business. In this case, a Husse franchise could lose more than the original £10,000 paid to the franchisor before trading began.
Yeah, normally franchise business model, you can say this is a like a franchisor, franchisee. Franchisees are like to have unlimited liability because in case of business bankrupt or something happen from them, they the public can sue against the franchisee. So like they are the agent, right? For example, if something happened from the Pizza Hut, Sri Lankan agent is responsible for that. Their business bankrupt, they actually responsible for the business organizations. Therefore, so you can see business organization, they are responsible unlimited liability, the business bankrupt. They have to face this thing by way of personal wealth, or personal belongings, right? So that's why main reason of unlimited liability. Right. Question number 5. Assess the advantages of the franchisee of taking out a Husse franchise. Okay. Kehara, can you read this answer, please? Okay, sorry, Keshani. Keshani, can you read the answer?
So which one?
Question number 5.
Assesses the advantage to a franchisee of taking out a franchise.
Yes.
Taking out a franchise may suit someone who wants to run a business but does not have his or her own business idea. The Husse franchisor grants the franchisee a license to trade under the brand name of Husse. In return for $10,000, the Husse franchisee gets a range of benefits and support. Husse offers benefits such as $2,000 of stocks for resale, additional materials worth $2,000, which includes items such as a Husse tent, signs for a van, catalogs, and a 2-day in-house training course. Husse franchisees also get an exclusive territory with around 55,000 households. Regular money for marketing is provided in the first 6 months, and so is support such as advisory service and a development manager. All these benefits are key advantages of operating as a franchisee. There is also
less risk. Yeah, continue.
less risk when taking out a franchise. Entrepreneurs have to risk their own money to get started. In this case, it costs up to $13,900 to take out Husse franchise. This is less risky than starting a business alone because the franchisee has the advantage of trading under an established and successful brand name. In this case, Husse is established in over 50 countries worldwide. Many pet owners will be aware of the tried and trusted brand name. This gives the franchisee a head start and reduces the risk of failure, a huge advantage. However, there are disadvantages when taking out a franchise, such as you say. In some franchise agreements, profits is shared with the franchisor. For example, in addition to the original fee, it may be necessary to pay an annual commission. There is also a lack of independence. Franchises often require strict operating conditions. For example, a Husse franchisee may not be able to trade outside the agreed territory. Finally, it can be an expensive way to start a new business. For example, it may be cheaper to set up a pet food delivery service without the use of Husse. To conclude, taking out a franchise may benefit those who are struggling to come up with their own idea, those who want to reduce some of the risk in business, and those who are happy to sacrifice some independence.
Okay, very good. So mainly, this kind of an answer, what we expecting normally, they're asking the main and evaluate question. Normally, this question, so I told you 12-mark question. You have to define what is meant by franchise, and then you have to give two advantages of franchisee, two disadvantages of franchisee, and the conclusion. Right. So this case, they are giving everything with the application. The main advantages they are given. They are given the territory, they are giving this the catalogs and the supportive and everything, and they are giving the all backup support. They provide this much of everything they are taking from the case study, so you can write these things, right? Mainly the first paragraph we can say the main introduction of the case study, and then it's got the definition section, and as well as the two advantages. So exclusive territory, 55,000 house, everything fully applicable application context they are writing. So, and however point you can see it on the other hand, like disadvantage side, we talk about the mainly the disadvantage mean they have paid 13,900 and also 50 countries. Then normally they are like tried and trusted brand name. If you franchises like reduce the risk of, there's another advantage. However point, they have to pay a commission sometime, and there is here strict rules and regulations you have to adhere. They may not be allowed to trade outside the agreed territory, right? If it's it should be based in say Kansas, and then you can go out of that territory. You can't go to New York. So it's based on your territory, and you can do the business deals. That's the agreement. So if you do so, that is illegal. So like that, and also look at the conclusion. To conclude, they say to taking out the franchise may be benefit. That's my advantage outweigh the disadvantages. Explain again, summarize it again. And it's a good opportunity benefit who struggling to come up with their own idea. So if you difficult to come up with their own idea of business, then this is a very good option to go ahead with the franchise business model, because this franchise business model is a tried and trusted business idea. You can apply this business model, and they will give you the rights to for you, but you have to pay some money, and then you have to operate like your own business. So that's the thing. If you have some kind of a difficulty of actually starting your own business with a new business model, here we go. We have a franchise business model. You can apply and you can start their others business model, and you can get some profit out of it. And also you have to indefinitely you have to pay some kind of a royalty fees, because that is not your business idea. It's someone else. It's like a you have to pay their copyrights. Right. So normally the conclusion is there. It's really beneficial for the people who are struggling to come up with new idea, and those who want to reduce some of their risk in the business, and those who are happy to sacrifice some independence. So it's a good business idea. That's why it's very, very, very famous. Even if you want to expand your business model like this way, this is another method. We can talk about if you want to be a franchisor, what you can do, you must have a famous business model. And then if your business reputation is famous, and if you wish to actually go to other countries, then you can start like that. You can actually expand your business, your territory. You can expand by using franchise business licensing model, right? If you have a bakery, if you have a restaurant, and if you wish to start your business name, you have a territory. There are other businessmen who have the business places, capital, labor, everything, but they don't have idea. So then you can give your business model. Okay, I'll give my supply, I'll give my name, I'll give my recipes, I'll give my products for you. You sell under my name and give me a commission. So that's how business goes. So it's a very nice business model, franchise. Okay. Now I'm going to the next business model. Actually, this is called social enterprise business model. The social enterprise business model mainly this is non-profitable business organization, because organizations are there profit and non-profit. You can see here in my tute number 4. So I have given the social enterprise materials. Social enterprise, this is like a small business or model, like normally organizations who actually doesn't have an objective of earning profit. The main objective is human and environmental well-being, like charities, right? The organizations can be depend size and everything depending on their contribution. They have how much they have donations and everything, but mainly the main business objective aim is to improve the human or environmental well-being and charities. Features of social enterprises, there are 5 features of social enterprises. They have a clear social environmental mission, right? So business models are really, they have a clear social environmental mission is there, and you can generate most of their income through trade donations, right? Social mission, and most of the income coming from the donations. And third one, you can reinvest most of their profit. Most of their profit can be reinvested, and majority control in the interest of the social mission. Majority of the business control in the interest of the social mission, and accountable and transparent. This is also like a clubs and societies. You can see UNESCO and World Vision, like any business or Lions Club, Rotary Club, Interact clubs, everything comes under this business organization model. This one also, you have to actually, it's governed through the Companies Act. You have to register them as a under Companies Act, even though it's associations. These are the main features. Social mission, coming from the money coming from the donations, and reinvest most of the profit, majority controlled by the social mission, and accountable and transparent. So these features again summarizing here, like in the textbook also. There are a variety of forms are there, social enterprise. There are a variety of business forms are there in social enterprise. So you can see here in the social enterprise section of the textbook, if you go to the page number 24, you can see everything social enterprise. So here the social enterprise variety definition is there, business that aim to improve the human and environmental well-being. So that's why no one, like normally business organization, they have got triple bottom line concept. And triple bottom line concept, the first one, normally majority of the business thinking about the financial success only. But very few only they are thinking about the human welfare and the environmental welfare. Therefore, this is the actually out of triple bottom line, they are actually thinking about not the financial success, not the profit, but the human welfare and the environmental welfare. There are different types of social enterprises are there. Okay, I invite Leon, can you read that para? Different types of social enterprises.
Social enterprises may take a variety of forms. Cooperatives usually operate as consumer cooperatives or retail cooperatives. They are owned and controlled by their members. Members can buy shares, which entitle them to elect directors to make key decisions. Any profit made by the cooperative is given to members. Worker cooperatives are businesses in which its employees share ownership. Examples might be a wine growing or milk producing cooperative. Workers will contribute to production and be involved in decision making, share in the profit and provide some capital when buying a share in the business. Charities exist to raise money for good causes and draw attention to the needs of disadvantaged groups in society. For example, Age UK is a charity that raises money on behalf of senior citizens. It also raises awareness and comments on issues such as cold weather payments made to elderly people in the UK for heating during cold weather. Charities rely on donations for their revenue. They may also organize fundraising events such as cake sales, sponsored activities, and selling greeting cards. Some run business ventures such as charity shops.
Okay, thank you very much. So mainly, yeah, social enterprises, like normally there are certain types we can say cooperative, like consumer cooperative, retail cooperatives, worker cooperatives, and charities. Right. So normally, like a highlighted one is normal is charity, but there are other certain like charitable organizations very popular, like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, like Jeff Bezos Foundation, like Mark Zuckerberg. Like that, there are certain charities are there. For like a organization, they start for the good cause. But there are some worker cooperatives. These are not trade union, right? Don't confuse the trade union thing. These are not unions. These are worker cooperative. They actually establish this members like welfare society in order to taking the example employees, for example, they are organizing some parties, Christmas party, sometimes sport meets, sometimes annual picnics, like that. They are organizing some kind of for the welfare of their workers and still as their families. The organizations also supporting this. So mainly you can see their example they're giving. Example might be a wine growing, milk producing cooperative. Like this worker, they have some association, worker cooperative. Sometimes they might earn some money through the members' donations, or sometimes worker cooperative shops they're operating like that. And other thing, consumer cooperative, retail cooperatives. So if you are an organization who are running, if you say you have a small grocery, small pharmacy, small bookshop in a town, so you can get the membership of that retail association, consumer like retailer cooperative. So all the businessmen are responsible. They are giving monthly like a donate, like a kind of a membership fee. So they are organizing different events for the welfare of the retailers association. Like that, these are the main different methods of the variety of forms of social enterprises operating in the world. So there's a nice case study called SOI, the Save the Children case study. Let's look at this case study. Save the Children is a charity that raises money to non-world-class programs to save children in the children's lives and challenge world leaders to keep their promises to give children a brighter future. In 2016, the charity reached about 56 million children in 120 countries. So Save the Children raised about US dollar 2,100 million in 2016. The figure 3.2 shows the likely sources of the funds. These are the everyone actually like to give money for the good cause. You can see how they collect the money. Income sources they have given. 58% of the income came from the institutions like government, and 25% of the income came from individuals of donations, and 13% of the income generated through corporations and foundations, right? And then 2% came from the gift in kinds, and 2% from other. Like that, from this case study, what they're asking, so they're asking two questions. What are the features of social enterprise? Use this case as an example. And second question, how might charities such as the Save the Children raise money? Right. So the features and the how they raise money, these are the questions they're asking from the case study. So we'll see what are the main answers we can say. So in a business organization, if you're operating, like you should know mainly the organizations are like features such as they mainly operate to the welfare of the people, right? Mainly you can see this is the market scheme. Question 1. Okay, Diana, can you read the question and one answer? Features of the social enterprise.
Social enterprise aim to improve human and environmental well-being rather than make a profit for owners. Generally, social enterprises have a clear social or environmental mission. They generate most of their income through trade or donations and reinvest most of their profits. They are majority control the interest of social mission and are accountable and transparent. In this case, Save the Children aim to improve the well-being of children across the world. In particular, Save the Children raise money to run world-class programs to save children's lives and challenge world leaders to keep their promises to give children a brighter future.
Okay, thank you. So, you can see normally the features of a social enterprise they are giving, they main improve environmental and human well-being, and then they generate most of their income through trade donations and reinvest their money, and then it's improve their well-being of the children across the world. So this is the thing. Okay, question number 2, they're asking how they raise money, how they raise funds to these charities and everything. There are so many charities. Sometimes in Sri Lanka, we have a charity called Embark. I think Otara Gunawardena, Miss Otara Gunawardena, she actually mainly she was a very good entrepreneur who was the pioneer of the Odell. And then after that, now she actually sold it. And then now she mainly focusing on the animal welfare organization, MBUC, like that. Human welfare, animal welfare, and social welfare, environmental. There are certain like a number of associations are there like that. So a lot of rich people, they have started this thing. They're asking, okay, how might these charities such as Save the Children raise money? Okay, Shivet, can you read this answer?
How might charities such as Save the Children raise money? Most charities rely on gifts and donations to fund their social activities. In this case, Save the Children raises very large amounts of money globally. In 2015, it generated around USD 2,100 million. According to the pie chart in figure 3.2, a large proportion of this money came from institutions and governments, 58%. The next largest source was from individual donations, 25%. Individuals are often generous when giving to causes that protect the interests of children. Corporations and foundations are another important source. This might be companies and special charitable foundations. Save the Children is a large international charity. Smaller charities might organize fundraising events such as cake sales, sponsored activities, and selling greeting cards. Some also run business ventures such as charity shops.
Okay, so these are things. So mainly in social enterprises, you must know the features and how they collect donations, everything, right? Because they're past papers, it's school papers, past papers, everything. You must mainly, if you know the social enterprise definition of the social enterprise, what features of the social enterprise, and how they collect money. These are things. Even franchise business model also, what you need to know, the mainly advantages and disadvantages of franchise business model to the franchisor point of view and the franchisee point of view. Or you can study these things. Okay. MCQs will discuss, and after that we'll wind up this session. You can see MCQ, which of the following is an advantage to a sole trader? Advantage of sole trader, you can see the answer is, yeah, I can see some people actually chatting through the chat line, they're sending answer. Answer is C, unlimited liability. That's a disadvantage. That's a disadvantage. So which of the following is an advantage to sole trader? Okay, limited liability, no, that's wrong. More capital can be raised than a partnership, that's also wrong. Unlimited liability, that's also wrong. D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Yes, yeah, two students gave the correct answers. Independence for owner, that's the correct answer. Yeah, second one, having a clear social environmental mission of feature, which of the business structure? Your clear social and environmental mission is, answer is C, right? Social enterprise is the correct answer. That is the only business organization who have the social mission, social enterprise. C is the correct answer. Yes, Sashan gave the correct answer. Question number 3, a fast method of growth is a key advantage for which business structure? Fast method of growth. It's a one today we discuss. Business model is franchisor. Franchisor is the business model. Franchisee is the one who purchasing one. Fast method of growth is advantage of which structure? Franchise structure. A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Yes, student gave the correct answer. So Keshani gave the correct answer. And fourth one, taking risk in business is a key role of the which of the following? Taking risk is a risk of key role of the entrepreneur. B is the correct answer. Yes, student Abdu gave the correct answer this time. Abdu and Shashan also gave the correct answer. Okay, entrepreneur. Yeah, from that we'll wind up our today's session. We mainly talk about the franchise business model and the social enterprise 2 business model. Very important. Please study these sections, also really important. Right now we talk about all forms of business models are completed. In my next session, I'm going to actually do kind of a summary lesson which classify everything and what is the most appropriate organization for different business circumstances. Okay, with that, I'm going to end the session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.